I moved the camera. We're going to try it like this. Don't tell anybody, but I stole a magazine from the hospital. Curty. We have new people coming to our channel. It's just too bad. They're going to have to deal with our shenanigans. Right? Right. I got washi tape in the mail today. Cute. Okay. My prompt today is Momar, the Momar district, which is where all the artists used to be, still are, da 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 da. And because I need art therapy today, because it's been a horrible day at the hospital, my dad has been transferred to a cardiac unit. He started having AFib, which is where I think, if I understand all this correctly, hopefully our new people aren't cardiac nurses, because I'm going to probably screw this all up. His heart is not beating rhythmically. His bottom half of his heart is having to compensate for the top half of his heart, which is not beating on a regular or rhythm pattern. Needless to say, he thinks we're making that part up of all his health issues also. I'm not going to say anymore. I'm just going to art all out my feelings. And what really happened was, this is my story. I tripped over an easel from one of the guys up in the Momar district and fell and bumped my head and spilled all his paints. Right? Right. Now I'm going to fast forward it and just let music play. I'm only doing this today. I really do not have time for this today, but I'm only doing it because I need it as much as anything. Even the glass of wine that I've already started drinking. Okay. Art it out. Art out my angry feelings and my frustrated feelings, and we shall see. And remember, I tripped over broke my tripod. I tripped over an easel leg in the Momar district, and the guys, one of the painters' paint box spilled all over me. And here we go. So I tripped over this guy's paint box. He was not happy with me, but he did realize it was an accident. I am now, when I came to, all this art had been done for me. I thought I was dreaming it, but somebody did all this art for me. I don't know what happened. I do know, Kurt, you remember when we went to see the Gypsy fortune teller the other day, and she told me that I was going to come into green? You and I thought it was going to be money, and we could extend our stay because we were going to have extra money. Turns out the green we were going to see, was when I tripped over that guy's art box and spilt the yellow into the blue. And out popped green ink and green paint, right? Ugh, I wish we had thought that gypsy fortune teller was referring to money and not green paint. So in real life, that's how it happened. In imaginary life, I sat here and angered out some words and could not believe the frustrating day we had. And then I vacillate between total frustration and throwing up my arms in the air and saying, ay, 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 to saying, get a grip, lady. Your mom has cancer. Your dad's issues are popping up all over his body. And just chill. Quit having a pity party. Look at that book. One of our friends, my sister and I have had this one friend that we craft with for years and years and years. And my sister saw her over the weekend, and she gave me that book about It's a little journal, but on the inside it had a couple cute little quotes. Those might appear. So this is the scratch piece of paper that I used yesterday. It had a little bit of blue and green and white paint on it. On the other side is a grid that I drew to try to figure out a quilt pattern. The other half of my heart, which isn't paper, is fabric. So I'm putting this, and it's kind of a light craft paper, almost like a child's old-fashioned writing paper, at least how they have them in the United States, how they learn their alphabet and practice their letters. So, as I'm sitting here feeling sorry for myself, having a pity party, then scolding myself, um, that yellow has ran into the blue that was already there when I got everything all wet. And there's green paint. Yeah, the gypsy fortune teller said it was going to be money. How can it be money? It's really green paint. I'm taking another piece of scrap that was on my desk and using my Stabilo. No, those are my Neo Color 2s. Uh, I wrote Momar in on a little, I can't talk, on that scrap piece of paper. Then I took another piece that was just left over and started using my circle cutter and making it a weird shape and adding black to the edges with the Neo Color 2 to try to make it look distressed or whatever people do with that black stuff, you know. Do I have the Stabilo Woodies? Yes. Do I have a Stabilo All? Yes. I chose to use the Neo Color 2 because that's what was sitting here. So I'm putting more yellow on this piece of paper, and as I do that, it blurs the black, and I'm liking it, so I decided to do it on the other page, the other piece, which I'm going to use for my title. So yeah, we had to buy that man up in the Momar district that I tripped on his paint palette a glass of wine to apologize. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do. And I can say I fell into Paris today. And Kurti, thank you so much for not laughing at me because it was rather embarrassing. This old fat little short body went everywhere. This is what I have to do to keep my tiny bit of sane left in my brain. And I feel so much better. It took me about 30 minutes to do this. And it's going to take another 2 hours to edit it, but that's okay. You got to do what you got to do for your art, right? Right. Actually, I felt so much better after I got some of those words out. And just, I'm over my pity party. I am ready to go to bed after I finish editing and uploading and start the day fresh tomorrow. I'm not going to remember how frustrated I was or how much of a pity party I was having. So I'm just using watercolor paints straight out of a tube. So they're not fluid, but I am adding water to them, but they're not as transparent as they would be if they were regular watercolors that have dried and then I activate them with water. They're softer. They're almost like acrylic, but they're still watercolors. I'm just using them straight out of the tube. And that's becoming quite fun, mainly because I have like 3 of these little student grade watercolor boxes that have all these little tubes. I can't tell you how much fun this page was. So, I appreciate you watching. Kurti, shenanigans are still going to happen. I am heading back to the hospital in the morning, and I'm going to edit this and let the music do the rest of the talking for this video. Okay, I think I said everything that I've done. Just kept adding the watercolors for straight out of the tube, yellow or blue, blue and yellow, and on top of my Neo Color 2s on this child's craft paper, and having the time of my life. A little bit of white also. I actually attach it into my journal, my junk journal, as a fold-out page, but I realized I hadn't put the postcards in from yesterday. So I'm just going to staple them back to back and try to washi tape them in a pretty technique, but it turns out terrible. But anyhow, I still have half of that page on the left to do something with, and half of the page on the other side when I get my Momar paper down. So that was art frustration there. Hopefully tomorrow I'm not going to make another video about art frustration. So I'm going to stop talking and let you watch and listen to the music again. Thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow in Paris Daydreams. Hopefully tomorrow. Subscribe if you can. And thanks, Kurtie. Bye.